National Infertility Week kicked off Sunday. Friends of Prentice works in partnership with Northwestern Medicine to bring more awareness surrounding this universal problem. So today we're joined by Dr. Goldman and Friends of Prentice board member Heidi Best. Thank you both so much for being here. And I want to talk about your story, especially Heidi, because I've been through it with you. But Doctor, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I want to talk about the idea of when to seek help, because I think in this world we are so impatient and we're like, okay, now I'm ready to have kids. I want it to happen immediately. That's not a reality that it happens immediately, even if you don't need infertility help. So what are the signs that, you know what, I need to call someone, this is not working?
Absolutely. So first, thank you so much for having me, having us, and highlighting this important week and highlighting this important disease, which is infertility. Now, the time to seek help is different for every individual. If someone knows they have endometriosis or male factor infertility, meaning low sperm counts, or they know they don't get regular periods, these are reasons to seek help immediately. But for someone who is trying on their own at home, is under the age of 35, if the female partner is under the age of 35, typically we define infertility as 12 months of unprotected intercourse without a pregnancy. Over the age of 35, we define infertility as 6 months of unprotected intercourse without a pregnancy. So really, it depends on how long someone's been trying. But I would really like to emphasize that it's never too soon to get information. And so if someone is worried about why they're not conceiving, it's always okay to talk to your doctor about it. It's encouraged to talk to your doctor about it. And we have board certified OBGYNs and reproductive endocrinologists whose job it is to diagnose and understand why someone isn't getting pregnant.
And help people find that happy ending. Heidi, for you, it wasn't a matter of not being able to get pregnant. It was miscarriage after miscarriage. And I know you shared your story on social media. Sometimes I would just be crying with you.
I know, you were so supportive. You're always so supportive.
Heidi was a contributor here. You probably saw her doing our fashion segments. And so I was following you on social media and seeing this. So tell me about that journey and the advice that you would give to women.
Well, I mean, I think you said it. I didn't have a problem getting pregnant. It was staying pregnant. And I found out that each one of my pregnancies that resulted in a loss was a different chromosomal abnormality, which you really don't find out until you start doing, testing on those losses. And a lot of women, unfortunately, they have those losses at home or where you wouldn't be able to be with a medical professional and then, do that investigation. And so for me, I was experiencing losses. I was, finding out after the fact, like, this is what happened with this pregnancy. This is what happened with this pregnancy. And as you know, I have a son, Oliver, that was conceived naturally. I had a loss prior to him. I had 3 losses after him. And only with those losses and secondary infertility did I find out through, doctors like obviously Dr. Goldman that this was probably going to continue happening unless I utilized IVF and, found out through testing beforehand, this embryo, this is a great embryo, transfer this embryo, and you can have a successful pregnancy. And we were fortunate enough to do that with our daughter, Lottie.
All right, and now 2 beautiful babies, but you're not finished. Now you're taking all of your passion about infertility and putting it into Friends of Prentice. Tell me about the research that is going on thanks to some of these grants.
Absolutely. So it is an incredibly important part of acknowledging infertility to acknowledge that there's still very much unknown about it. And so Friends of Prentice is a very generous organization that helps fund researchers so that we can identify some of the causes of infertility and hopefully try to prevent and treat. And so I am a very proud and gracious and lucky recipient of 2 Friends of Prentice grants where I am able to study ovarian aging. And we know that age-related fertility decline is the reason why eventually all of us will become infertile because the ovaries have a limited supply of eggs. And so what I am studying is the molecular mechanisms that underlie ovarian aging, and if we can try to understand how to prevent the ovaries from losing egg cells during chemotherapy for women with cancer, as well as for age-related fertility decline to try to understand if we can treat and potentially prolong the function of the ovary, both for fertility purposes, but also for just the important hormone purposes of the ovary.
It's so amazing the possibilities and how that journey has gone since I went through infertility treatments 26 years ago. And now there's going to be more available thanks to your research, thanks to all you are doing. There are so many different paths to pregnancy and parenting. So thank you both so much for raising awareness and for the research that you're doing and the fundraising that you are doing.
Thank you very much.
You can find more information at friendsofprentice.org. We'll also have a link on our webpage at WGNTV.com/midday.